MVP. Now MVP simply means it's just how I say this. MVP contains these three things, which is model, view, and templates. Now, what is model? Model is data that presents usually presents what is in the database. Let me say in the database you have username and password. So the model is where what presents what the username and what, but not that it presents it to the use to the view, people will see it. That is where it is stored. Is where they store the username, where they store the password. Like, let me say the database. Model is what the database. It fetches things from the what database. Then view handles the request. Now view is what goes to the database, collect database information, and then give it to the what template. Template is the what displayer, the what displays to the users. Now let me give an example. I mean, this is very confusing to you guys, but let me give a very important example now. Like you go to a sign up page. Let me say, okay, you go to a sign up page and you sign up. You ever ask yourself, where did this sign up page goes to? They go to the database, right? Yeah, they go to the database. Then when you are now logging in, let me see, I want to log in to that same site. You'll find that your name automatically come out with your password. How? Now the name was being fetched from your view. Now your view then show the request to the template because it already recognize you. Now that is what the work of this MVT. It helps to the displayer of the database to the what user. Let me give you an example now. You can go to your website. The website has a blog, and the blog is display monthly or daily of their new work. Maybe in the month they are proud to share that they have 200 students, and maybe they have competition they won and they give them call. Now all these things are not written on the template, they are all written in the backend, that is in the database. Once in the database, the views fetch them and will display the word template. That is the work of the MVT. And you can ask yourself, where is this model? Where do we see this model? What can we configure this model? To configure this model, you can see it here, model.py. Model.py is where we can configure our models. And I want to configure our view. Our view is configured there, which is what the view.py. Then if you ask yourself, we don't have templates, how do we get templates? Now templates is a folder that contains your displayer. That is what you see, what the user sees is the word template. Example, the beautification of the website. Let me give you an example of the website now. This is a template. You can see this right up, you can see all this is a what? A template. You must see a HTML template. Now that is what the template works is. And you also ask yourself, okay, then how does this then work? How does it fetch it? And that's what we're doing today. So let us continue. Now we have this file. This file is not enough for configuration. We have to create a URL file because each app, if you find out, let me say example, let me use Meta. Meta is a very good example for me to tell you now. Meta has WhatsApp. Meta has WhatsApp, has Instagram, has Trend, has Meta has WhatsApp, has Instagram has Trend, Meta has Facebook, Meta has what they do. Meta has again. Okay, Meta has these 4 things I mentioned. Meta is an app. Let me say a full production. And you see, you can see that in each of the app they have URLs. Maybe in Facebook, in Instagram has a page to see posts. has a page to see profile picture, has a page to see so on and so forth. So that is what we call URL. That's why we need URL here. Because if you have an app restaurant, people will have to go to the home of the restaurant, but you have to go to the page where they will see their full stuff. You have to go to the page where they will see their payment details, page where they will see what they have bought for the month and the year, right? Now that is what that we do the URL. So now to get the URL, what we have to do, we have to say what URL dot what py. Let's say URLs, not URL, sorry, URLs dot py. You can see it here, the same as this. Enter. Then now we have configured the URL dot py and are ready to go. Moving ahead to the next level. So now let us create a template before we go ahead. Sorry, let's create a template. Remember, a template is where we display our products, where we display what we want to display, and one more and that we display our front end. Let me start to display our front end. So let us go ahead. I'll create a folder. Don't create a file. Create a folder called templates. The template can contain as many HTML as you want. Remember, this template only contains HTML, nothing more than what HTML. And just go ahead and this thing will create index.html. I click enter. Now we have it here. Now one more thing again, we have created the app, but here don't have to try running server. I'm just going on server now. I'm saying go back to my former configuration. Then you run this server. Definitely, okay, it's run well. It's run very well, and you can see the go up here. You see the distance Django running perfectly. So now, how do we now then see our app? We'll come on to that first. Let us run the server and we'll go ahead. Now, I've created the HTML template. This is the index.html. Then you close URL. This is the index.html, and I will give it a very good design. I will give it a very good design. Let me just say, so now I've created a hello world. For it now this thing contains a what hello world page. And for it now then be shown, I have to put your URL. Remember, before you can add the URL, right, you have to add one your page, your app first. So for your URL here, I'll just copy this thing here. Remember to learn how to make it work very fast for you. Just copy these two things that are here. For example, just and come over here to your template and just paste it. Then you paste it, then you now create support to a list. Then you write parts. The part will contain something like this. So it's why I'll leave it empty so that will be the home page. Empty string represents a home page. Then I will collect. Now you have to use view, and let me just say from dots import view. Now you have to say why am I using from dots import view? Why am I not created view yet? Well done, create the view. Then now I will comment here for now so that it will not confuse you guys. Then I'm gonna go to the view. We already created the templates, which is HTML, right? Then I'll put the view and we will explain HTML. To create a view is very simple. Just create a function. We learn Python. This learn Python before coming here. Function, the function name called home. Then we go to home and go to space. Then give it like this. Sorry. And the thing must contain a parameter called requests. Nice. I got a parameter called request. Then you know how to write the function. Then I write return. You know what return does, but I return render. The render is this is the render over here. I return the render. The render in the home page. Then return render. The render will contain two parameters: the request and the HTML file. That's index.html. Now this is how it is. Then we go to our URL and uncomment it back, and then come over here, then say views dot. Now you create the function here, that is boom. Boom. I paste it here, then I'll now come on now. Give it a name, or give it a name so that it can be very easy for us to use them, especially in form and especially in when it comes to URL routing. So we'll now give it a name called home. So I've saved it now. Then after giving a URL here, you also give a URL in the URL over here. Before you give it in the project, before you give that URL in the project, you have to add this to the app. So before you go and copy it, S to this Ctrl A, Ctrl C, copy, and then go to your setting.py, go to your installed apps over here, then you right paste it over here and close it. Then you save, then you can see go ahead loading. Then you go to your URL over here. To now make this style app a new app, to make that other app to display first, very simple. Just a part, then do like this, then you come over here, leave it an empty string. Remember, empty string is for your own pages. Then you now say include. You import include from here too. You import part and also import include. Then you come over here. What are you including? I'm including what restaurants dot urls. So I'm importing this URL, so I'm saving it. It's done. So let us now try going to the page now. Let's see those finish first. Now you can see this is not defined. Why is it not defined? Okay, you can see it is telling us include restaurant not found, but we have restaurant folder here, have restaurant app. But why is it saying not found? Because we have to put in our string format. So we have to start putting a string format. That's a shift this. Now we have a string format. Let us try checking again. It will work. So now the second one is invalid static import. Now, now if you see, we are getting error here, error here, error here, error here. Why is error showing? Because of we are running our server. So please, once you want to work on configuration, please on your server so you can what you can see the errors we are having. So you can go to your templates, go to your app view, because this is from your app URL. Go to your app URL. So you have problem from this, right? So imports. Okay, I see the problem now is not from here, it's from my spelling. So I write from this import this. So let's check how it goes again. See what happens. Okay, now it went well. So that's our page. It will now show us hello world. So now we have displayed our first HTML design, our first HTML template to the web browser. And I know you're seeing it very well, but next class I will configure it so you guys can see the full page. So our next class we will now go on to designing the page and giving it some what functionality. Thank you.